Hi, in this video we are going to continue the creation of the one-page web application or website. This is a list of suggestions how we should use this video. The notes for this video can be downloaded from this URL, which is loaded here. So the code that I'm going to type can be downloaded from here. So if you cannot follow the video, you can always look at the code. Okay, just right click and save the code. Alright, so because the code is about example 001. So make sure your IIS manager is running, and make sure that you load the website in Visual Studio. Okay, the first thing we want to do is we want the user to key in something. Let's say you key in $100 borrow amount, 10% interest rate, and for 2 years I want to show the future debt of $131 here, or something like that. Yeah, something like that. I want to do the calculation. Okay, so to do that, first we have to create a function or a method. We use that interchangeably, and then we attach the function or the method to the calculate button. Okay, so to create that, I'm going to create the C# function in default.aspx.cs. And we are going to create our function here. So I'm just going to copy this here. So this function does not need to return anything, so it's void. And now I'm going to call the function button, calculate, click. And let's do the standard stuff. Okay, and let's do something here. First, you want to say that, hey, if I only do this if it passes validation. So if it's valid, if pass validation, I'm going to do some stuff. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to get a value of this, and this, and save into variables. So you want to know the name of this guy. So the name of this guy is DDL borrow amount. The name of this is tax interest rate. The name of this is tax years. Okay, I'm going to, and obviously this is integer, this is double, this is integer. I'm going to convert them into, save them into variables. I'm going to first type, okay, I'm going to create a variable called borrow amount, and I'm going to get whatever I have to integer, and get the value, okay, convert them to integer. And then I'm going to create two more variables. If I type this, it will be the video will be too long, so I'm just going to copy and paste. Okay, I'm going to create a decimal, which is call it yearly interest rate, and then get the text from the text box and convert it to decimal. And then I'm going to get the text from the text box years, and then convert it to years. Convert it to integer and save it into a variable called years. Okay. And obviously I'm going to create a function to calculate this, but before I do all this, let's check if it works. Okay, so I'm going to get the future debt, which is the name of this label, and say I want to put this to text. I want to put the change the text property to string called eg001. Oh, okay. All right. So let's try that. Okay. Let's try two things. The first thing is assume that this, I comment this out, this one's out. So assume that I don't want to test all this. I just want to test if this function works first. Okay, these things are too complicated and may make mistakes and all that. So let's test if this function works. So to do that, I have a very simple statement. It works, and I want to call this. Okay, so I come over here. Okay. And I can do something here to launch that function, but I can also just directly go to the code and say that on click function, save all, hit enter. So if I have all the value here, the function should work. Okay, yeah, it works. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to test the things that I have created, the variables. So the first thing I want to test is if this one is captured. So I just take my borrow amount here and I say that I want to convert it to a string, and I want to show in the format of a currency. C, save, and now if I run, you'll get 50 here. If I change this, you will get 100 here. Obviously, this calculation is not done yet, but I just want to prove that it works. So, so I know that this value is captured properly and is shown here. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is I want to, of course, you can test this too as well to be safe, but I know that it works because I'm pretty confident, so I'm not going to test those. So the next thing I want to do is I want to create a function to do the calculation. And I'm going to call this function and I'm going to pass the three variables into the function. And I'm going to return the value and put it here so that it can be shown. Okay. And then I'm going to create a function below here. And it's a decimal place, and I'm just going to copy the function declaration here. But the problem is I need to specify the type here, so the type must be the same as here, obviously. So the first one is an integer. Second one is a decimal. Third one is an integer. Okay. I'm going to create a simple variable called future debt, local variable, and I'm going to assign the borrow amount to that first, just to test the function, and I'm going to return the future debt. Okay, so that when you return this, the calculate future debt would have a return value of the future debt, which is the borrow amount, and it's assigned to the text. I'm not going to do the calculation yet. The calculations are to be done here. I'm just going to test if this function works. So if this function works, whatever borrow amount you get into the function would be returned as the future debt and show on to the page. Okay, so if you pass the validation, you should be able to see the borrow amount, and it's done in the function. Okay, that's good. So now we can just do the calculation. I can type, or I can just simply copy the code. Okay, so it's a simple for loop to do the yearly interest rate calculation. Save all. And come over here and hit enter. So let's say you have 110% for 2 years, you own them $120. Yeah, that's if you borrow for 20 years, you own them $672. That is 6 times of the 6-something times of the original amount that you borrowed. That's not good. You're in trouble. Okay. So if you increase the interest rate, you own them like 16 times the money. So it's a pretty neat debt calculator, all right, from here. Okay. And from here, we demonstrated how to create functions, how to attach functions to the buttons, and then how to capture values, do calculation, create another function, and output a value. Okay. I think it's a good place to stop. In the next video, I think we need to do the clear, because the clear doesn't work right now. Okay. All right. That's a good place to stop. Thanks for watching. Bye.